morning students, welcome back to online class. So today I am going to teach civics lesson 4, forms of government. Okay. Already we have learned the civics lesson 1, isn't it? What's the topic, do you know? Forms of government and democracy we have learned, isn't it? Today we are going to learn civics lesson 4, forms of government. Okay. Do you know what's the meaning for forms? Forms means types. Are you clear? Types of government. Next, before that, what do you mean by government? Do you know what is government? So, the word government is derived from the old French word govern, derived from the Latin governments. That is, the government means old French governor, Latin govern, that is to direct, to rule, to guide and to govern. Okay. What's the meaning for government? Government means to direct, to rule, to guide and to govern. That's the meaning. What is the old form of the government? Oldest form in olden days, how this government, what's the meaning for that? That is the monarchy. Monarchy, that means what? Single government. Okay. Monarchy is the oldest form of government in the United Kingdom. In a monarchy, a king or queen is the head of the state. Are you clear? So, who will be the head of the state of monarchy? Monarchy means only one government, single government, where the head of the state will be queen or king. Okay. The British monarchy is known as the constitutional monarchy. This means while the sovereign is head of the state, the ability to make and pass legislation reside with the elected parliament. Okay. Now we can come to our lesson. First one, today I am going to teach about introduction, meaning and types of constitution. In this, there are different types of constitution also. Written constitution or unwritten constitution, and federal constitution and unitary constitution, and flexible constitution and rigid constitution. These are the types of constitution. So I will teach today about introduction, meaning, types of constitution and unitary form of government. Remaining next class we can see. Okay. First one, introduction. What do you mean by government? Government means what? Government is the main agency of the state. In one state, which is the main agency, that is the government. Isn't it? Government is the must. So, it comprises several members belong to political and administrative wings. So, in the government, we can see more political and administrative station also. It serves as the instrument for delegation, execution of the state policy for the welfare of the people. All know what's the use of government. Government is used for the welfare of the people. Okay, it formulate, express and realize the will of the state. It exercises certain legislative, executive and judicial power. Actually, the government was divided into three: legislative power, executive power and judicial power. So, according to this, there are three organs of the government. Do you know what are the three organs of government? That is legislature, executive and judiciary. Already learned in the lower classes, isn't it? Yes, these organs carry out the activities of state. So, governments are classified into what are the types of government? It was classified into unitary, federal, parliamentary and presidential form. Next one question I will ask. Who is our present president? Do you know? Yes, that is Mr. Ramnath Kovind is our present president. Okay. Next, what are the organs of government? What are the organs of government? That is legislature, executive and judiciary. What are the organs of government? The government was three organs. What are the organs? Legislature, executive and judiciary. Okay. Now, what's the meaning? Next one. What's the meaning for this government? Government refers to the executive function of the state. Okay. What's the meaning for government? Government is the refers to the executive functions of the state. It denotes a body having authority to make and enforce law applicable to the civil, corporate, religious, academic or other groups. Okay. So, government refers to the executive functions of the state and also it denotes a body having authority to make the enforce law applicable to which and all for the civil, for the common people, corporation and for religious and for the academic or other groups also it was mentioned. Okay. So what was the meaning for the government? Government refers to the executive function of the state. Okay. Next one, types of constitution. What are the types of constitution? They are written constitution or unwritten constitution. Second one, federal constitution or unitary constitution. Next, third one is the flexible constitution or rigid constitution. Okay. So first one, you can see unitary form of government. Is the unitary form of government. See, unitary system of government or unitary state is a sovereign state governed as a single entity. But from the word itself, we can understand unitary form. Unitary form means what? A single government. Okay, single government. The central government is supreme and the administrative division exercises only powers and the central government has delegated to them. So, can you give some example for unitary form of government? That is England, France, Japan and Sri Lanka. Which are the example for unitary form of government? England, France, Japan and Sri Lanka. Yes, right. So, we have learned in a unitary form of government, all the authority and power is vested in a single center. We all know unitary means only one form of government, that is a single center, whereas in a federal form of government, the authority and power is distributed by center and the constituent unit. Are you clear? So, in the unitary form of government, all the authority and powers is used by the single power, whereas the federal form of government, authority and powers are distributed between center and the constitution. Okay. Next, even in the unitary form of government, there might be a lot of decentralization of authority, but it cannot climb in a federal system. You all know what do you mean by federal system. There are two or more governments joined together. That is the federal system. Next, now we can learn about what are the merits and demerits of unitary form of government. What is the merit and what is the demerit of unitary form of government? So, here merit of unitary form of government. Here it is suitable for only for small countries. Okay, this unitary form of government was suitable only for small countries. At the same time, there is no conflict of authority and responsibility. What is the meaning of conflict? That is the quarrel. So, it is only suitable for small countries. At the same time, there is no conflict between the authority and the responsibility. Authority means higher officials and the responsibility. There is no fight against each other. Okay. Next one, the unitary government will make prompt decision and take speedy action. At the same time, you all know if only one person was ruling means there is no fought among them. At the same time, there will be, if they want to take one decision also, it will be take soon. In a prompt and a decision and take in a speedy action. Very fast it will be taken. Okay, because they no need to discuss with others, isn't it? They have their own decision. So, if they want to take on action or anything means it will be done in a speedy way. A unitary government is less expensive. At the same time, one of the merit of unitary government is it is less expensive. Okay. Next, amendment to the constitution are easy. At the same time, it has easy amendment also in the constitution. Whatever the amendment they want to pass, it will be done easily. Where in the unitary form of government. Next, there is unity. Okay, there is in the unitary form of government, there is a unity, uniformity of law and the policy and the administration. There is unity, uniformity in the law. At the same time, for policy making and for the administration also, there is unity. Are you clear? These are the merits of unitary form of government. Do you know? Can you say, recall once again, what are the unitary form of government? That is, it is suitable only for small countries. Next, second one, there is no conflict of authority and responsibility. Third one, a unitary government will make prompt decision and take speedy actions. A unitary government is less expensive. At the same time, amendment to the constitution are very easy. There is no unity, uniformity, there is unity, uniformity of law and policy and administration. So, unitary form of government is well done because of single government. Okay. Next one, demerit of this unitary form of government. What is the demerit? Demerit means you all know, isn't it? So it is not suitable for big country. Already we have learned in the merit, it is suitable only for the small country. At the same time, it is not suitable for big countries. The central government will have to tackle so many complex problems that lead to administrative delay. So what happened means, in the unitary form of government, the central government want to face more problems, isn't it? So many complex problems that led to administrative delay. So it will be take delay. Okay. Third one, the central government will not concentrate on local problem, local interest and initiative. At the same time, in the unitary form of government, the central government, they won't take any action for the local problem, local interest, local government. Very clear. So next one, the concentration of powers may pave way for the deposition of the central government. So for whom they will give, they are not showing any powers for the central government. The central government won't show any powers for the local government. Okay. Next, unitary features of the Indian constitution. What is that? There is a strong center. In this unitary form of government, there is a strong center. Central government control over state territory. So who will control the state? Central government. Okay. Next one, there is a single constitution. Unitary means what? You all know, it is a single constitution. And flexible of the constitution. There is a flexibility. There will be a changes in the constitution also. At the same time, unequal representation of the state. For each, from one state to another state, there is not an equal representation. There will be an unequal representation. And emergency provinces also will be held in this unitary form of government. And also in this, single citizenship was maintained. In the unitary constitution, what type of constitution was a single citizenship. At the same time, single integrated judiciary also, the judgment also single only. And all Indian service also have appointment of governor by the central government. So central government only appointed this, all the governors. Okay, so the appointment also done by the central government. Okay, so once again we can recall here the forms of government. Here the forms or types of government, types of constitution, written constitution or unwritten constitution, federal constitution or unitary constitution, and flexible constitution or rigid constitution. And this unitary form of government, the French governor left in to direct, rule, guide and govern. But in the oldest form of government, monarchy is the oldest form of government. In a United Kingdom, in a monarchy, a king or queen only will rule the country. Okay, who will rule? Only one person will rule, that is the king or queen will rule the country. The British monarchy is known as the constitutional monarchy. So this means while the sovereign is the head of the state, who will be the head? The king. King will be the head of the state. The ability to make the pass later is an elected parliament. At the same time, can you give some example for the unitary form of government? That is England, France, Japan and Sri Lanka are the unitary form of government. Okay students, thank you students. We can see in the next class. Okay.